We're riding the rails on At Your Leisure today. Hi, I'm Rhea Rossi.
And I'm Chad Booth. Join us for an excellent trip along Verde Canyon to explore railroad history of the past. And if you ever wondered what was in those big, fancy locomotives, you'll get the chance to see. And then most people think of snore as something boring after you've fallen asleep, but not in this case. Follow us to Cedar City for a most unusual off-road race.
At Your Leisure is next.
You know, Rhea, when I was a little kid, I used to have this big model railroad on a table out in the garage.
I can imagine.
It had little mountains and tunnels and caves. It was all built up.
Yep.
I didn't do it. The grown-up did it for me. Anyway, I always dreamed that someday I wanted to jump inside one of those locomotives and one of those trains, run around that table and see what life was like. And today it's going to happen.
Here it is.
Indeed.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm as excited as you are right now.
Excellent.
Welcome to At Your Leisure, everybody. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth, and we are at the Verde Canyon Railroad, and this is in Cottonwood, Arizona, and this is totally authentic 1950s luxury. This is like a Cary Grant movie. This is like a Gary Cooper movie. This is like Clark Gable.
And it's open to the public.
That's true. So that's what we're going to do today.
I know, I can't wait. We're going to ride in style.
Now, Rhea's angling to get me up to the locomotive, which is also a dream. Maybe that will happen, maybe it won't. Anyway, right now we're going to start off our show. While we get on board, you get on board with our travel adventure this week, which is actually at the end of the line, or at least historically so. And bring it out, well, the cavalry, Burt Lancaster. No, I'm trying to tell him this story.
Well, while Chad tells his story about Burt Lancaster to our fellow travelers, I'm going to take a minute and tell you about the Verde Canyon Railroad, which is just 25 miles southeast of Sedona on Highway 89. This is a heritage railroad that runs between Clarkdale and Perkinsville, Arizona, and was originally opened in 1912 to carry copper from the mines in the town of Jerome to the smelters in Clarkdale, some 38 miles away. That was the entire length of the branch line for the 66 years it served the copper industry. During that time, the railroad became famous for more than just running loads of ore from one town to the other. The influential movie How the West Was Won was actually filmed in Perkinsville in 1960 at the old rail station. Chad is going to love seeing this thing. In 1988, copper production stopped and the railroad was purchased by David Durbano, who decided the area was just too picturesque and the experience of traveling by rail too unique to let pass into history. In 1990, the Verde Canyon Railroad was opened to passengers, taking them through landscapes that remind of Old West adventure and memories of a bygone era. Today, the excursion is a 40-mile round trip through the Prescott and Cocochino National Forests. It really is an experience that makes you feel like you've stepped back in time. There are also other destinations in the area with a ton of history, like Jerome, Arizona, an entire town that now serves as a mining and railroad museum. Every building is an historic marker of the men and women that forged the Old West into what we know today. Well, there's still a lot more experience here on the Verde Canyon Railroad, and we are going to show it to you. But first, we need to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some outdoor treats for you to try at home, and just in time for Father's Day.
You know, it's getting steep and deep here. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are making our way through the Arizona mountains on this really classic vintage railroad. This is so much fun.
Oh my gosh, if you have never done this, you have to do this. This has just been a pleasure from the moment we got on here.
But just remember one thing, in the canyon, please keep your hands and feet inside the car during the whole ride.
It's very tempting not to, though.
Anyway, right now, we want to show you some of the fun we've had today on the Verde Canyon Railroad. And I was the doctor. Do you remember that? Come on, John. Help me out.
Well, sister.
You got to get your sea legs when you're out here, or maybe they're your train legs.
Yeah,
got to learn to walk like it.
Okay.
It's real simple. You point the top half of you that way and the bottom half of you that way. Well, come on, Cookie. You got it. It is the actual train station they used in that scene from How the West Was Won when George Peppard goes to pick up Debbie Reynolds, and she's an old lady, and she goes out to Arizona to live with him. This is how much fun you will have if you come ride the railroad and ride with Kelly or the Duquette. Well, as you can see, traveling by train, particularly in Arizona, is a lot of fun. But we ended up in the outside car, being the outsiders that we are. And this, if the weather's nice, this is really the best way to see this canyon.
Really, everybody's on this car right now.
That's
We're all
true.
outside.
Yeah, it's pretty much empty inside.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're going to move from here to our Trailhead Adventure, another fantastic set of scenery brought to you by our friends at Rocky Mountain ATV.
I'd like to thank Rocky Mountain ATV for that great story. If you don't know who those guys are, check them out on the web. They're fantastic. All right, well, I'm on the train, and I can't find Chad anywhere. He has just been roaming up and down in the cars. He's having so much fun. Chad, I know that you had that really cool little train set when you were little. Did you have a trestle bridge like this one coming up right here?
Actually, I did. And the train would always seem, the locomotive would always seem to come off its tracks on it. But wait, hold on. We'll be back with more of At Your Leisure here on the Verde Canyon Railroad, making our way to the end of the line.
Well, that's about all we got for the show today. We hope you're going to be with us next time with At Your Leisure.
Be sure to get out with your family and friends in the great outdoors at your leisure. 3, 2, 1, lights out! If nominated, I will not serve. If elected, I will not run.
Bill Clinton.
Lyndon Johnson, you're too young.
We'll have to cut the Bill Clinton out.
Hey guys, if you liked that video, you're going to want to watch all of our other AYL videos. You're going to want to like it, you're going to want to share it, and you're going to want to subscribe, right? See all the buttons right here? This is what you're going to want to do, right? Click on them, because we have some really cool videos, all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, bloopers of Alicia crashing and stuff.
Why are you going to sell me out like that, Steven?
So you want to click all of these things and subscribe to our channel, because At Your Leisure is awesome, and we'll see you here for more videos.